Oh yeah. What is this? Video installment number 7? Uh, w- Live from the beautiful clouded day shores of Lake Winnebago. All right. Next up is this. I'm right next to that round tower. So I went and rebuilt this vertical corner here. We put a new one in on what would be the left side of this video because the other one had a bunch of cracks in it and everything, so I remanufactured that and threw it in. You can see then I'm coming back right now and filling everything in before I sand everything. So those are all my fastener holes. And before that, I went and rebuilt that corner down there that was all damaged. The water table got a Dutch splice and remade. And I'm waiting on my little piece of crown that goes under that, probably till tomorrow. I got another carpenter locally who's remanufacturing that piece from the sample I gave him in his shop. Because he's got bigger routers and shapers than I do. So then the big thing was today, come over here and tear into that side casing, and that center maul came out, and the front headpiece, and maybe 1/3 of that sill. It's all got water damage in it, so that's all going to get remanufactured. I have that stock on site. But another neat thing was when I got this bottom piece off here, I'll probably have to get over there so you can see into the cavities. Oh boy. Watch a man risk life and limb just to make a video. Okay, so we tore this apart, and then in my previous video I was like, alright, how the heck did they build this back in the day, right? Because I don't know, I did rough framing with a new contemporary style of carpentry for a good 13 years of my life, and for whatever reason it interests me to sort of, like I said, reverse engineer the building process. So the casings were nailed onto these guys right here. This is a full stud that goes all the way up, and then this is part of the window subframing. Okay, but there's no sill for the subframing. This is the sill for the window. You can see it's mortised right there in the corner, like the window went together in one whole thing with the sill already in there, and it has a slight bevel. And then I get up here where I pulled off that side casing. This is where it hits the upper headpiece. And again, there's the nails that were nailed through from the other side. The hammer side is like back there in that roof. Like somebody, here's another one. Somebody toenailed it in through the side of the stud before the brick was done. Okay, that was just to secure that front casing on here. So it's almost, yeah, it's like I explained in that video. That means this is like their rough framing, you know? Like, that's why I'm like almost 100% certain that they built all this before all the masonry was done. There's a ginormous, it's like a 4x4. I don't know how far it goes back in there, which I think is supposed to be like their top plate for what their conventionally framed rafters hang on. But what's so weird is when I got in here and I opened this up, that looks like gunite. And I'm pretty sure that they sprayed it in right on the back side of the subframing. Like I could feel in there where my finger hits it. And I'm like, all right, so what did they do then? If I look inside the window, the white thing on the left is the corner of your wall. Like, that's how thick those are. So this gunite is like, there's no way that is, it must be just another layer just to keep it like air penetration proof. I don't know. But it's a definite that this rough framing, like these cripples underneath the window sill, had to have been here, you know, in place before all this masonry got put in. So then I'm like, all right, then maybe they just had somebody come back and frame inside the whole rooms and pad out. But those walls in there are just, it feels like it's solid plaster. It's also a Venetian plaster, which has been wet sanded. And yeah, I just don't get it. It still means they would have had to come back to do the carpentry work on the soffit and the fascia, right? Because there's another piece up there that runs in behind that hits the masonry. And then it's what caps between the brick and the top of the soffit. Yeah. Boy, it's a mystery, but it's kind of cool. I mean, I just can't believe what I've been finding. So then on the old apron that I took off, oh, guess what? There's some writings from somebody from 1928. It says apron for number either 15 or number 13. And then it says a rough opening or a rough measurement is 3'6" and 5'6". The 5'6" is a vertical measurement on the window, as well as the 3'6", which was first, is the length of this apron to a T. It's just we can't use it because they had some water damage on the ends. We're gonna replace this guy probably tomorrow. Yep. So there you go. That's going to end my video. I don't want to make these too long, but it's like every day I'm finding something that just blows my mind. Boy, those guys were hard workers back in the day. Thank you.